welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. So today I'm going to be doing this Black Widow spiderweb makeup tutorial, and this is actually inspired by an older YouTube video by Raw Beauty Christy. She did a beautiful green and purple spiderweb makeup look, and I came across that and I was just like, ooh, I really like the way that looks. So I decided to change up the colors and kind of make it into a Black Widow because spoopy. I wanted to give you guys a little bit more of a wearable makeup look for those of you who maybe don't want to go all out with the special effects or body paint, or you don't want to buy a costume, or maybe you have to work on Halloween and you can't really wear much in regards to a costume to work, but you still want to kind of dress up a little bit. You can use makeup to do that. So I wanted to definitely give you a little bit more of a wearable look that you could go to a party, go to work, something that you can definitely take advantage of and not have to worry about, you know, putting latex all over your face. Also, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, this look was a slasher film in of itself because I was struggling so hard with this makeup look. I don't know why. Out of every single makeup look I've ever done in my entire life, this one was the hardest, and I really don't know why. I honestly think it was a mixture of things. I think it was because my NYX eyeliner was drying out. I think it was because I forgot to put on eyeshadow primer for an eyeshadow heavy look. And also I think it's because I literally can't draw a straight line to save my life. Like if literally Jason was looking at me and he's like, hey girl, draw a straight line or you die, I'd be like, take me now son, because I can't. Also, this look reminds me a lot of Carnage from the Marvel comics, so you kind of get a 2-for-1 if you want to cosplay as Carnage, but you don't really want to cosplay as Carnage. You can do makeup like Carnage. So anyways, if you guys are interested in seeing how you can achieve this spiderweb eye look, then just keep watching. Hey guys, so to start off, we're going to be taking our Buckle Bunny Beauty French Benefit Primer and just applying this all over our face. Before moving on to foundation, I'm going to be taking my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation in light neutral and just applying that all over my face with my Morphe E6 buffing brush. I'm then going to be taking my Buckle Bunny Beauty Creamed Powder Foundations in Caramel and Mocha and applying that to the areas that I would like to contour before blending that out with a clean, fluffy brush. Since we contoured, now we have to highlight. I'm going to be taking my ColourPop No Filter Concealer in number 14 and just applying that to the areas that I would like to lift from the face. So this is going to be under my eyes, under my cheekbones, my cupid's bow, chin, forehead, and temples before blending that out with my ColourPop F5 Small Fluffy Brush. I'm then going to be setting this with my Airspun Translucent Powder and a dry Morphe sponge. Moving on to eyeshadow, since I actually forgot to put on eyeshadow primer, I'm going to be going into my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, taking this champagne color and just applying that onto my brow bone before moving on to this light nude color and applying that into the crease to serve as our transition shade. I'm then going to be taking this darker color and applying that into the crease as well, just so we can add a little bit more dimension before we move on to our black eyeshadow. Now, not going to lie, because this eyeshadow does use black, I would actually recommend potentially doing your eyes first. Simply because, yes, you do need to be careful when applying eyeshadow anyway, so that you don't have too much of cleanup, but because black is such an intense color, I would just recommend doing eyes first and getting out of the way so you can just use a makeup wipe to remove any fallout. With that disclaimer out of the way, I'm then going to be taking the black eyeshadow and just packing that onto the outer and inner corner of the lid before moving on to the red eyeshadow and packing that into the very center of the lid so we can really focus on creating that Black Widow inspired look. I'm then going to be going into this rust color in my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and I'm just going to be applying that onto the lid as well, being that I wasn't really happy with the red I used before. I'm even going to be going into this dark brown and just applying that right on top of the black eyeshadow heading towards the brow bone, just so we can add a little bit of a shadow. I'm then going to be going back into my black eyeshadow and just darkening up the black that we placed earlier and to try and pack it on because, once again, I didn't use eyeshadow primer, so it wasn't really sticking to my lids. I'm then going to be taking my Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow in Flamethrower and just putting that right on top. This gives that nice metallic look that we are looking for. Unfortunately, I did not have an actual red. This is actually a little bit more of a burnt orange or a rust color, but from a distance it looks red, so I will take what I can get. I'm also going to be going back into this dark brown color and just once again putting that right on top to add a little bit of a darker shadow around the eye area. I'm then going to be going back into the black eyeshadow, and I'm just going to be once again darkening up the eyeshadow from earlier and also trying to sharpen the circular line so we can really separate that from the brown eyeshadow. I'm then going to brush away the excess translucent powder and move on to the lower lash line by taking this red eyeshadow and just putting that right in the center, lining it up with the red eyeshadow on the upper lid, and also going over that with our Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow and flamethrower and just making sure it looks metallic and trying to match the upper lid. So in order to match it, we need to now go into our black eyeshadow and put that into the outer corner and the inner corner of the lower lash line, lightly blend those together before taking the brown eyeshadow and lightly applying that right underneath those colors just so we can replicate that shadow on the lower lash line as well. Next, I'm going to be taking my Too Faced Cocoa Contour Palette, taking medium and dark cocoa, and just deepening up the contour from earlier and making sure to also set it with this powder. We're also going to be bronzing up our face by taking our Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and just applying that in these same areas. We're also going to be taking our Physicians Formula Butter Blush in Plum Rose and applying that over the contour to not only deepen it, but add a little bit more color. Speaking of adding more color, we're going to be taking our Smashbox blush palette, taking True Flush and just applying that to the apples of our cheeks before going back into our highlight color and just popping that to the inner corner of the eye to help brighten that up a bit. For the eyeliner, I'm going to be taking my NYX Epic Ink Liner and creating a nice bold winged liner on my upper lash line. I'm also going to be doing the exact same thing to the other eye and make it a little bit too thick, get a little bit upset by it, and just redo that entire portion. I'm then going to be taking my Maybelline Lasting Drama eyeliner in sleek black and just applying that to my lower waterline. I'm then going to be taking my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, spraying my face, and then going into my BH Cosmetics Spotlight Highlight Palette, taking Dream and Glow and just applying that to my cheekbones, my cupid's bow, and my nose. I'm then going to be going back into my Maybelline Lasting Drama eyeliner and using that as a lip liner because I don't own any black lip liners and you can literally just use an eyeliner for this, so that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm also going to be taking my NARS Matte Lip Pencil in Cruella, and I'm going to be applying that all over my lips before going back into our lip pencil and just kind of darkening up the lips a little bit and brushing that out so we can have that nice ombre lip. Next, I'm going to be taking my NYX White Liquid Liner to create these spider webs on my eyes. Something important to keep in mind for this is you definitely want to wait for the eyeliner to dry before you start to move your eyelid, otherwise you will have white eyeliner transfer onto your beautiful eyeshadow and you might have a small mental breakdown, but it'll be fine. Another good thing to keep in mind is you definitely want this to be a fresh eyeliner. Like I said, mine was kind of dried out, so this was much harder than it needed to be. I'm sure you could also use some white body paint, but the only problem is you would need to definitely make sure that is dry before you blink, otherwise that will most definitely transfer. Some other advice I would give you guys is to definitely just be patient with this part. I'm sure you guys definitely have steadier hands than me, but being that I did not have a steady hand, this actually took quite some time in order to get the right shape. I'm also going to be applying the white eyeliner right above the black eyeliner just so we can kind of make a little bit more of a bold eye look before going back over the black eyeliner just to make sure that it is a nice straight line and that the white did not bleed into it at all. We're then going to prep our eyelashes by curling them before taking our Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara and sweeping that through our eyelashes before we go on to our false eyelashes. Now for this I actually made my own. I could not tell you the two eyelashes I used, but I just took a basic pair of spiderweb lashes that I got from Target and mixed them with another pair of lashes I had on hand. They could be the Kiss number 11s, I'm not 100% sure, and I just applied that to my lash line. And that is the completed look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to my channel so you can see more of my Halloween videos. Don't forget that I upload a new Halloween tutorial every weekday of the month and a Spoopy Saturday every Saturday for the month of October. So with all of that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!